What up? Thanks for watching. My name is Adam Gottlieb. My band is Adam Gottlieb and OneLove. There's a song called Manifesto. I'm on a mission to free all of the people. I got a vision of peace on earth. My decision to shape reality will be in my every act and I've heard the calling to serve the revolution. I'm only wanting to save the world, and I've been longing to give to the solution all the gifts that I got, like girls. Yeah, and I have a purpose, a role to play in history, and I'm at the service of humankind. And in the furnace of this society, I do believe we'll be forged a diamond. Woo! Hey everybody. Like I said, my name is Adam. Of Adam Gottlieb and OneLove. And this is my little campaign video for this Indiegogo campaign. Nothing fancy. Just me and the guitar. I want to tell you a little bit about our story. So we began as a band 4 years ago, a little more, and in a sense you could say that we've been working on this album that whole time. That song that I just shared a little bit of with you, Manifesto, is I think the oldest song of the 12 songs that are on the album, and we played it at our very first concert. It's super funky with the band. I'm so excited for you to hear the album version of it with the horns and everything, and the funky bass line that my bassist Noah Silver Matthews plays. He's a co-founding member of the band. He's the only one from that original formation still left, but he's been working on that song with me for 4 years. This is a big deal for me and for us in our story right now. So for those who are new to us, most folks watching this probably know a little bit about us already, if not, you know, our close friends and family. But we describe ourselves as music for the movement. It's actually easier to define ourselves and clearer to define ourselves that way than to attempt to use like traditional genres. In terms of genres, we describe ourselves a lot of ways. I personally have been liking folk hop fusion because it's basically a folk rock sound with a lot of hip hop elements, a lot of rapping, but also, as you just heard, funk and blues and reggae, and we even go a little bit into the ska territory on this album, and it's so many things. So the album is called All of You. I'll say a little bit more about that and what it means. But it is such a huge project compared to our EP, which we put out last year, which is called Cicada Season, which was just 5 songs, also pretty eclectic in terms of genre, but you know, also trying to tell this story that's very grounded in the practical work of the struggles that are going on around us. So music for the movement means music as a tool for these struggles that are truly revolutionary struggles that shape our age and define the times that we live in. I think we live in a revolution, in revolutionary times, and that everything that is going wrong with our society is a reflection of that, but so is the huge growing social response for basic needs, people demanding that, you know, we live in a world where we take care of each other and where people have housing and healthcare and education and food and clean water and a planet we can live on. All of these issues and more are addressed in the songs, but even more than just addressing these issues, we try to be a part of the struggles that are around us here in Chicago and beyond. And the songs are are not just about these issues abstractly, they're really grounded in specific events and real people, and we want the music to be a gift back to the movement and to help inspire people who are in these struggles every day, and to be comrades in that struggle, and to show up for marches and protests and meetings and all of that stuff, as well as making music. And we also use the People's Tribune. I write for the People's Tribune, and all of these are tools, but to me the music is the most powerful tool and the most important tool for getting this vision out there. So that brings us to the album, which is called All of You, and hopefully it is something that when you hear it will feel like you are in it, that all of us are somehow reflected in the stories that it tells and the visions that it brings. In fact, there are a lot of voices woven into the album from first-hand interviews, and the question that has kind of become the theme of the album is, what's your vision that keeps you going? Whether that's for yourself and your family and your community or neighborhood, or for the whole world, because all of our struggles and visions are connected. So the artwork reflects that. You can see the artwork as we're still working on it here on this page on our Indiegogo campaign. And check it out, read the story, and check out the perks that we have. We got a lot of stuff that we're gonna give away. I had a lot of fun working on those perks for y'all. And I think that's basically all I gotta say. I think some folks are probably wondering, like, why is it so expensive to make an album? Well, this isn't an ambitious album. I got not only my band to pay, and I do believe in paying artists fairly, so I do my best as much as possible to do that. Actually, a lot of folks have given me really good, like, homie rates and deals on this album. But we're paying not only the core band, but all sorts of guest musicians, features, and lots of time in the studio to get it right. And we can't promise exactly when it's going to come out. We're aiming for next month, November, but we're not going to sacrifice the quality of the record for an earlier release date. It's just not worth it. So the purpose of this campaign is to help us pay for the album, which, even though it's almost done, is not all paid for yet, and $10,000 is about the budget of the album. In fact, when all is said and done, we'll pay a little more than that. But if we could raise that much, that would be amazing. It would not only help us finish and pay back what is still outstanding costs from the album, but then have a little bit in our coffers that we've basically emptied to make the album left over for the launch. There's a whole bunch of marketing stuff that I'm learning about, kind of like this, but involving how to properly launch a project with the right kind of energy behind it. And so even having a little bit of resources left over for that kind of stuff, and to continue learning about all this stuff. I mean, we're doing the independent artist thing, so you already know it's a constant hustle and struggle, so we really rely on our fans, and your donations mean everything to me. Thank you, whatever you can donate, whether it's $1 or $1,000, which I'll give you a private concert for if you can do that. Alright, here we go. And that's as good a segue as I'm gonna get to this last song. This is the final song on the album. Thank you so much for watching and for donating and for sharing the page and spreading the word. That's also a huge help. This is called After Capitalism. After capitalism, I won't have to market my music. 1, 2, 3, or work any day job to do it, or worry about paying bills. After capitalism, your food won't come from California unless you live in California. won't grow my own food. 'Cause after we get rid of capitalism, I'll still have way too much to do. True. Yeah, we will be free, la 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 la. We will be free, yeah, 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 yeah. We will be free. After capitalism, we'll start being part of our planet and start to remember our magic and eat only really good food. Yum, yum. After capitalism, the city won't be so depressing. On buses we'll all be more pleasant, 'cause we won't be so tired all the time. Yeah, no one will work in a factory or serve popcorn or scan things in shops. Why, you ask? 'Cause after we get rid of capitalism, computers can do all those jobs. You know it's true. Yeehaw, we can let them too. We will be free, la 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 la. We will be free, yeah, 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 yeah. We will be free. To the bridge, what would you do if you didn't have to worry about basic needs? What would you do in your life if you knew you were part of one huge family? After capitalism, the people will go to the movies, and there won't be any commercial, and previews won't all be the same. I hate that. After capitalism, we won't be afraid of our neighbors. Our streets won't be filled with policemen. We'll work out our problems somehow.